Now, following the pronouncement of death, Dr. Cooper, did you ever consult with or request Dr. Murray to sign a death certificate?
No.
Okay. Is that something you would have done in this situation?
No.
Why not?
Mr. Jackson was my patient, and I didn't really have an explanation for why he was dead.
Okay.
And it therefore, in my mind, was a coroner's case.
When you say it was a coroner's case, you mean that it will be referenced to the coroner's office for an autopsy and investigation?
Correct.
Okay. So you never asked Dr. Murray to sign any death certificate?
No, it was not a discussion.
Okay. That conversation never even took place?
No.
These are double negatives.
Did that conversation ever take place with Conrad Murray?
That would be correct. I did not have a conversation with Dr. Murray about the death certificate, no.
And it wouldn't be his decision, it would be yours. Is that accurate?
That would be accurate.
We're expecting more details on the memorial service from Michael Jackson.
Disseminate here. We're going to limit the questions, strictly limit the questions to information about the memorial service that we're announcing and about the ticket procedures.
Everything about the memorial has to do with accommodating as many fans as possible. And when you hear the details and how the tickets are going to be distributed and how we're doing this, it is all about the fans.
My name is Councilwoman Jan Perry, and I'm the councilperson for the district that includes Staples and LA Live. And I'd like to extend my condolences to the Jackson family and friends and all those who loved Michael on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. The primary obligation of the City of Los Angeles is to ensure public safety, and this includes strategic planning to meet this obligation. I want to stress to those people who are coming or thinking about coming here to our city for this special event that you might want to consider watching this from the comfort of your own home.
But before the world says goodbye later this morning, the Jackson family will hold a private funeral at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Hollywood, in the Hollywood Hills.
Today is the day the world finally says farewell to the king of pop, Michael Jackson. As you said, it all begins here later this morning at Forest Lawn Cemetery, nestled in the Hollywood Hills, with a small private ceremony for family and close friends. An intimate group of Michael Jackson's family and friends gathered for what might be their final private viewing, moments of mourning before the public gathering at Staples Center. It began at sunset with a security lockdown at Forest Lawn Cemetery in the Hollywood Hills. On the ground, a massive police presence keeping fans away as Sister LaToya arrived, along with Brother Randy. Here at a building called the Hall of Liberty, a hearse backed to the doors and a coffin was carried inside. After dark, the casket was taken from the hall. Sources tell CBS News there was no burial. The gathering was brief and by all appearances peaceful. Now, after the service here, the family will take the relatively short drive downtown to the big, relatively flashy public ceremony at the Staples Center.
Well, the Jack family has released details on this massive public memorial service. A sizable celebrity lineup has emerged. Among those slated to take part, singers Mariah Carey, Usher, Lionel Richie, and Stevie Wonder.
A final tribute to the King of Pop, the man who forever changed the way the world experiences music and firmly altered an industry.
I think that all of the young men and singers and some of the young ladies who have come behind him have in some way mimicked him.
You know, this man was my inspiration. I would not be the entertainer I am today had he not been who he was. You know, culture and music would not be what it is without Michael Jackson.
Both Smokey Robinson and Usher will take the stage at Tuesday's memorial in Los Angeles to pay tribute to Jackson, bridging generations and boundaries. Also slated to appear, John Mayer, American Idol Jennifer Hudson, pop star Mariah Carey, and Stevie Wonder. Industry greats dwarfed by the occasion.
We have a creative team working on what the service will be. It's going to be reverential. It's not a show. It's a service. And you know, it's all being done, Pete. And then if you do tickets, how do you distribute them? How do you secure the area? That kind of thing. So it's all being put. The question that on everyone's mind is: it going to be Tuesday, as has been reported? And we don't have a final sign-off either from the city or Catherine Jackson. We'd like to stage something in London and show the world Michael's last great work. It's his vision, okay, his set list, his everything, his dance routines, this type of thing. So we'd like, you know, and Kenny's, and we'd like to show it to the world, and maybe with other artists, and maybe an eclectic mix, and the Jackson 5, Jackson 4. We're not, right now, a million things. As soon as I bury my friend, okay, and then I have to start being the CEO of AG Live again and figure that out. We have 100 hours of the most intimate HD footage of every audition, every rehearsal, everything. Okay, Michael really let the cameras come in. He felt comfortable. We were all family. In a way, he's not always that comfortable public. So we have that in HD. We have almost pretty much a full performance, you know, dress rehearsal, and we have enough material for 2 live albums, which is never put out. So we have all that material. How we're going to exploit it and use it for the estate, the benefit, our benefit slightly, and the estate's benefit, we haven't figured out. No one's really even, you know, the obvious things: put out live CDs, put out that. We haven't really figured that out yet. And we're sitting on the most valuable intellectual property, I think, in the world now. You know, and at some point when we figure out who the estate is and who we're dealing with, we'll figure out that part of it. I think we'll be, as a company, we'll be fine. As a human being, I'm shattered.
I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
hold for applause. Slow umbrella fade out.
Brooke Shields, a fixture with Jackson at award shows in the 80s, will also be at the memorial, along with the Reverend Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King III, NBA greats Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant, and Berry Gordy, who signed the Jackson 5 to Motown Records. Jackson's ex-wife, Debbie Rowe, the mother of his two oldest children, will not be attending, nor will his longtime friend, Dame Elizabeth Taylor, who tweeted today she didn't believe Michael would want me to share my grief with others.
The legacy is going to be probably the largest singer-songwriter, artist, I should say, dancer, performer in the world, ever. And now he will be the king of pop forever.
His legacy is that he was an innovator. His legacy is that he was Michael Jackson.
Thousands line up to pay their final respects to Michael Jackson in Los Angeles. Millions more will be watching on television and online. You see the people in their thousands are outside waiting to get in. These are the lucky ones, of course. Let's go back to the cemetery. You're looking at the aerial shot there of the cars wending their way through the Forest Lawn Cemetery. Seems like a rather odd route for them to be taking. Perhaps not. Perhaps the family just wants a moment of peace before this memorial service gets underway. A man who changed the world of music, even though his life was cut short. Forest Lawn Cemetery, it is along the route that would take the family to the Staples Center. Trying to make out what's happening here. Would appear to be that some of the cars are coming to a stop.
Scene inside the Staples Center where in loving memory, you see there, sir, the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, 1958, 2009. Don Lemon is standing by inside there.
Just opened the doors.
Yeah, Don, they're just starting to let people in, right?
Yeah, they're just starting to let people in, Anderson, and people are actually being very cordial, very quiet. We learned that Michael Jackson's body will be here, and the family may be bringing that body with them.
We see a number of flowers at the front of the stage. Mm-hmm. Is that where we believe Michael Jackson's casket will be?
Yeah, every funeral I've ever been to, and then that's what the family and friends say. This is really a funeral for Michael Jackson, a mass funeral. They usually have the coffin right in front there, and so there is an opening. If you see in the middle, David, you can push into that. There's an opening right in the middle where you see all those flowers and bouquets, and it is believed that's where Michael Jackson's casket is going to be.